When Farmer Ikuku reached his hidden field that morning, he stopped in shock. His eyes widened, and his heart dropped. It had all started months earlier, when Farmer Ikuku went looking for a new piece of land to plant maize and yams. After walking for a while, he found a perfect spot. It was close to a thick, green forest, known by the villagers to be the home of forest fairies. Still, Ikuku was eager. He sharpened his big knife and began cutting down bushes to prepare the field. But just as he struck the first bush, a voice called out from nowhere, "Who is there, cutting down the bushes?" Startled, Ikuku didn't answer at first. The question came again. This time, he replied nervously, "It is I, Ikuku. I want to make a farm here." To his surprise, the voice was cheerful. Another voice said, "Let's help Farmer Ikuku clear the bushes." And in no time, the invisible fairies had done all the work for him. Ikuku returned home that evening smiling wide, proud of his hidden new field. But he didn't tell anyone, not even his wife. He wanted to keep it a secret. Later, when it was time to burn the dry bush, he returned with matches and struck a tree stump with his stick. Again came the voice, "Who is there, striking the stumps?" "It is I, Ikuku. I've come to burn the bush," he said. Instantly, the fairies appeared and helped burn the whole field clean in minutes. The same happened when he came to gather firewood, dig, and plant. Each time he greeted the fairies politely, they helped him gladly. The field grew fast and healthy. Half was full of tall, green maize, and the other half had yam leaves spreading wide. He checked the crops often and smiled to himself, imagining the big harvest he would bring home. One day, however, his wife asked, "Where is your field? Let me go and get some firewood." Ikuku didn't want to tell her, but she kept asking and begging. At last, he agreed, but on one condition: if you go, do not answer anyone who speaks to you. No matter what you hear, stay silent. She promised, and off she went. When she reached the secret field, her mouth fell open in wonder. It was more beautiful than anything she had seen. Tall green maize swayed in the breeze, full and milky. Yams picked from the earth, fat and perfect. She couldn't help herself. She plucked an ear of corn. At once, a voice asked, "Who is there, breaking the corn?" She forgot the promise and replied angrily, "Who dares ask me such a question?" She walked to the yam section and pulled out a big tuber. Again came the voice, "Who is there, picking the yams?" This time she answered louder, "It is I, Ikuku's wife. This is my husband's field. I have every right to pick." Suddenly, the fairies flew out of the trees. "Let us help Ikuku's wife pick her crops," they said. And they did, ripping out every ear of corn, every yam, in wild excitement. But all the crops were still green. The corn was too milky to eat, and the yams were not ready. Everything was ruined. The woman stood helplessly, watching the destruction. She began to cry, but it was too late. She went home in silence, unsure how to tell her husband what had happened. The next day, Ikuku, humming happily, walked to his field, excited to check on the harvest. But when he arrived, he saw disaster. The crops were torn, broken, wasted. His dreams were crushed. All his secret efforts, the fairies' help, and months of waiting had come to nothing, all because of one forgotten promise. He sat on the ground and wept. And from that day forward, Ikuku told no more secrets, and the fairies were never heard from again.